Hello, and how are you doing? Now, this is reality with DVD, and I just decided to come on real quick and give my unsolicited opinion on what's going on with that good Cardi B. Is that okay with y'all? Okay. That's gonna be my warm tea. Then I'm gonna heat things up a little bit more by talking about melody. Then I'm going to round out this piping hot tea by dragging Slobbermouth. And if you know anything about me, you know who I call Slobbermouth. Butter tea as the little Boosie and his baby girl. And I'm going to add the screen record at the end of the video showing that he is sucking up the church's money. All right, now let's get on to Miss Cardi B. I don't have a lot of things to say about Cardi B. You know, I always say that I try to stay away from her, the Offset drama, because they always get back together. She had a baby recently, so we know that his cheating ass at some point was running up in her raw. They're married. With him running up in other women raw, that's a different story. Okay? Now, if he decides that he wants to have another baby, then that's on him. Did I see this motherfucker say, I won, you're my baby mama? Do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. Ain't that his song? Didn't he show you that he would do anything for clout? Girl, Cardi B, your marriage, your career was popping, okay? And he latched on to you like a baby turtle on top of his mama shell. And you let him. And when I tell you, have you seen a baby turtle on top of his mama shell? Especially the country turtles, okay? That's Offset. Offset need to offset his career and do something else. Now, I did see this meme going around saying that she was having the good sex with a baby inside. Now, allegedly, this is Offset's words. And, of course, Cardi responding. And she kind of implied, allegedly. Now, remember, everything is alleged in my opinion. Hit the notification bell button and you will be notified when I upload a video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Now, it is alleged that she had long talks with Takeoff. And she misses him so much. I don't think the relationship was actual between her and Takeoff. I just think that he was a show to crown. I don't think he would have. Now, Takeoff, you know, he was the silent one in the group, but yet it's still the most talented. I think that he probably was just the shoulder to the crown. I don't think at any moment that she really did the deed with him. Now, sleeping with someone else with a baby inside, and I just saw a meme say, stay away from women like Cardi B. No, stay away from women like your mom and them. Those women that stay faithful regardless. So we ain't that kind of woman. I'm a Gen X. And I encourage women, if they're going to stay in a marriage, I encourage them to do the same thing that the man is doing. You ain't going to hoe shame a woman to me, which is going to slide right on into melody. To me, if she was doing the deed and you were doing the deed and she got her some get back. Like I said, we're not the women of the 1800s and the early 1900s. And if you really want to know the truth, some of those women in the 1920s were getting it in. Right? Ushered in the sexual revolution. I ain't mad at no woman that decides that she wants to get her some get back. Now, then, child, that means, and you could have seen the number of men that say, yeah, you supposed to stay away from women like Cardi B. When it is men, and I've said this repeatedly, do the research, it is men that usher in the STDs and the STIs. So I got a man one time when they decided they wanted to post about the number of women spreading disease in, I think it was San Antonio or somewhere in Texas, where the STDs and STIs had risen amongst women. And I'm like, okay. Men bring STIs and STDs to women because they carry what they call the seed, which is the semen, which can spread disease because it ejaculates. Okay. So it's remember during the AIDS epidemic, how we would say, or doctors, professional doctors would say allegedly that it is very hard for a woman to transmit AIDS to a man. Because why? Vaginal discharge rarely travels up the urethra. It take a long time for that virus to get up there. And by the time it gets up there, they say, ooh, I'm tired. Y'all have to, see, that's why men don't need to be stuck. They don't have a clue as to what goes on with the female body. Speaking to my friend the other day, and her husband was listening to us talking about, my daughter going through precocious puberty. And he's, oh Lord, I don't want to hear this. This is a female conversation. And I was like, no, it is a man conversation because you have a daughter. So hopefully with his wife having an open mind, he will have an open mind as well and understand that in order to know the feminine body, you should talk about the feminine body, which is what I've always said. I don't know how my daddy, born in 1944, had all that knowledge. Maybe because he was married to my mother who had all that knowledge. But he never ran from a conversation dealing with us. He's a girl dad. So he never ran from a conversation dealing with cycles and, X or whatever we needed to know. He indulged in it. And we were a family that discussed the human body. The family, all four of us. 2 girls, mother, father. And we were open. Now people in my mother's community judged her for being open with us, so open with us, knowing our bodies. But that also kept us out of a lot of things that we were so knowledgeable that kept us from doing a lot of things. And then we did a lot of things that kept us safe. So I said all that to say, Cardi B, do your thing, girl. Just leave the man. I mean, I do think that you should finally just go ahead and, in my opinion, is that you should finally go ahead and end this toxic ass marriage for you, baby. Oh, Cardi B in that tongue. Oh, she said so many things about him and dragged him so hard. I can't even think of everything she said, and I ain't gonna even try. My overall goal here is to say that, lady, you could do what you want to do. I'm on your side, and you shouldn't allow him to attach himself to you like a tick on a dog. Because when you had those 3 children by him, he knew then that, and then with you being the moneymaker, I don't know their financial situation. I don't well, I know their financial situation. I feel like she has more money than him. I just hope that you pulled a can of bears and got you a nice little prenuptial agreement where he can't get it. Because it looks like he headed in the MOTEL host area and is about to try to collect him some child support. Now back to Motel Hotel and see how that transition worked out. Because Melody is basically going through the same thing on a just as public scale. She's just not the Cardi B and an Offset. Martell ain't shit. She is the Cardi B in their situation. Now, I will say that a lot of things happen. Let Melody handle this the way she wants to handle it with Shanita. Millimeters back up off of them. I think they're going to still be friends. And that's the sad part about being a Christian for me. I feel like you can be whatever you want to be. But it's not missed upon me, which is why the main reason why I left religion altogether. And like I said, I tried just about all of them. But the main reason why I left religion altogether is because they cause you to, in my opinion, to be mentally regressed. And like I said, I'm going to let Shanita handle it. Dr. Shanita handle it the way she wants to handle it. And Dr. Melody handle it the way she wants to handle it with Shanita. That whole thing about publicly coming out saying that she was going to pray for Motel Hotel after he's dragging her back in the court, I don't particularly like it. It's not up to me to judge what kind of friendship she and Mel has, but for me, that would be something that, and me and my best friend have been friends for 41 years. I promise you it will take days for me to talk to her ass, weeks to talk to her ass about it, because that's what Scorpios do, we record. But I would confirm about it, and I would let her know that that's something that she shouldn't have done in public. If she wanted to say she was going to pray for that smooth titty bastard, because that's what he has boobs, okay? And I know I don't like when women assess effeminate features to men who act like batches. But I call a man a bitch in a minute. So to me, he's not acting like a female. He's acting like a male bitch. Okay. I just don't agree with coming out saying that there's prayer, and then, like I said, prayer to me and religion to me regresses you, and it's definitely not lost on me, which I will say. And every time I pray for something, you cannot understand that there is a separate God from religion, and religion that God was introduced to you in was introduced to the African through slavery and colonization. Every last one. Not one that wasn't. Okay? That's the reality of things. And if you want to repress yourself and oppress yourself by doing something like praying for somebody who has really dragged this woman, and I'm sure caused her more mental anguish than anybody on the earth, then you go right ahead. But for me, it's fuck Motel Hotel. Okay? That's for me. Now, you will never hear me, and I'm released from religion. You'll never hear me say, pray for him, pray for forgiveness. He needs this, he needs that. I don't wish anything good for him. Period. He ain't my dad. I I don't wish anything bad for him, but I damn sure don't wish anything good for him. Now, allegedly, he has dragged Melody back in the court, saying that she's having an affair with the bodyguard. My understanding is that he's married, and so what? So what? What? You ought to be ashamed of yourself taking this woman back to court when you have clearly had these kids around wild fence teeth. Then, if this man wasn't married and Melanie was getting her back blown out by the bodyguard, and she has overnight company. Fool, you have overnight company. She let the grandmama keep the kids. When she has them and it's her turn to have them, are you okay? No, you are not. Because you know damn well you let Merlot Marlene keep those kids when it's your turn. And like I said, you know damn well when it's your turn, you have fence teeth with those children. I have never seen Mel go to court and say, hey, now I've seen her say that the paramour shouldn't be allowed to speak negatively of their mother in front of them. But I've never heard her say, fence teeth, you better not stay over there when my kids are there. Why are you trying to control this situation, Milk Dud? Don't do that. You are the one that's taking the piece out of this whole situation. What do you think this woman's supposed to do? Stay faithful to you in a divorce? If she remarries, dum-dum, the man is going to sleep in the bed with her when your kids are there. You know that, right? They going to fuck. You know that, right? And if she's in a relationship that she chooses to have overnight company when the kids are there, which I don't think Melody does, and I would. Because I'm grown as fuck. You need to take your ass out of her household and stop bringing your personal relationships into her house. Or then you're going to say that they learn how to drive. What kind of motherfucker? See, if you had learned how to drive and read and write at an early age, then you wouldn't be Bob the Builder's without a builder's license. Because you dumb, so Merlot Marlene was out there doing what she does. And you didn't get the proper education, so you don't have the proper skills to understand that learning things early or in life helps you out, especially in country-ass Alabama. I'm from country-ass Mississippi, and in the fucking country, because we have to drive everywhere, you learn how to drive early. My daddy taught us how to drive at 12. I was 12. 12. My sister was 14. Yes. We learned how to drive early. And when she was 12, he had her sitting in the lap learning to do the steering wheel. Yes. And we say steering wheel in Mississippi, but it's steering. I know what to say. Okay. It's regional, people. Okay. But the point is, with the driving, it's also regional. Just like your regional country ass had them out there on ATVs. I don't think that's safe. Did Melanie run down to the court and say that wasn't safe? And without helmets on top of that. While your ass is up there on the line. Yeah, I seen you. Yeah, seen you. Shout out to Mose. I seen you. You on tape doing this. You are a sorry fucking excuse for a human being. Sorry. When I tell you that everything about him irritates my soul, he's taking the piece out of it. What the kind of... Let me tell you again. I was a social worker. And even though I no longer do that job, I will always be a social worker. And when I tell you that my judge will not put up with this type of foolishness in his courtroom, what the hell kind of judge is this? She should make one motion, period, and stick to it, and not allow any party to come back into the courtroom. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that must be Alabama, because the guardian ad litem is being paid. Guardian ad litem are assigned by the courts here in Mississippi, and in the courts, when they're assigned, they get paid by the state that they work for. They don't get paid unless it's a private guardian ad litem, I guess. They get paid by the state and assigned by the courts, and they don't get paid by the individual parties because they don't represent the individual parties. They represent the children. This man is ignoring the guardian ad litem. He's ignoring the courts with them telling him he has to go get therapy. Yet, he has all the morals in the world and wants to take her back to court. This is the most asinine, ridiculous mess I have ever seen. And if I was the judge, and if that was my judge here in Mississippi, at which I'm so surprised that she hasn't done or he hasn't done, but they seem to be very male mind centered. Either one, male or female judge on the bench for this. Our youth court judge was very fair. And if this situation had occurred, now what he did do that pissed me off with this one particular family that acted like Mel and Martell, he gave us the kids. Ugh, that was a damn disaster. But he learned his lesson from that because they kept the courts tied up as well. But his point in giving them to us, when I say us, I mean DHS. His point was to give them to us to show the parents that, you know, he had to bring in a third party to mediate. I hope that doesn't occur with Melody, because that's not fair to her. That is not fair to her. Now, this woman was also sort of neglectful, okay? But at the same time, the judge got tired of them with their messy ass divorce, and he said, I tell you what I do, I just give them the DHS custody. Don't do that. I'm not saying that they should do that, but they keep on. That's what's going to happen. And it's going to be Martell's fault. If this judge ever, you know, gets his mind right or her mind right. I don't know if it's male or female, but I've seen too many things happen in youth court, and this is foolishness. This is literal foolishness. Now, what I'm saying is, if the parties exhibited the same kind of behavior as Motel Hotel and ignore the judge's orders, normally it goes to full custody to the person who's not ignoring the court orders. And my thinking is that at this point, what judge wouldn't give full custody to Melody, and then Motel Hotel is only going to be able to see the children on holidays and weekends? That's what ended up happening in a lot of cases like this. And that would be male or female. If a female defendant or plaintiff kept coming in doing what hotel did, he would get the kids to the father. And ignoring court orders on top of that. Vice versa. I'm not saying just because a male is a female that she should have custody of the children, because there's some bad ass, and I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, mothers out there as well. But if they were in the state of Mississippi in my county and they were doing this back and forth shit in the court, tying up court, and then he could see that this woman is working and this man isn't working. First of all, she got the finances. Okay? Second of all, she don't have him on alimony or child support. Third of all, whether she travels for her job or not, that is still gainful employment. He is with his mistress. The woman who intervened is what our judge would say into the marriage. He pays nothing for these children financially. He don't even feed them when he has them. She has to take them groceries. If that's not neglect in 5 things, just 5 things right there, that shows that she is the more responsible parent and she should have full custody. I don't know what the fuck is. This judge has to know Martell in some way. I don't have... I just know. I almost said I judge his name. But anyway, he would say something like, I see y'all back in court. He would be like that, irritated. So I'm looking over the court documents and he'll go through them real fast. And he say, Motel Hotel, are you working? No. Oh, okay. Motel Hotel, do you sleep in the bed with corn on the car slab on the knob? Fist teeth? You're on the oath, sir. Yes. Do you have groceries in the house? Oh, I'm going to send one of my DHS social workers over there to see if you have groceries in the house when the children come over there. Because the mother is alleging you don't have groceries. Motel Hotel. Do you, what was that other thing that I said? Oh, yeah. Have you had your psych evaluation? Honestly, you're on oath. No, not the things of that nature. I don't need a psych evaluation. The mother is alleging that you have been abusive to the kids. Is that true? Yeah, that's what she alleging, but is that true? What the hell kind of judge is allowing these children to stay with someone like you, Motel Hotel? You are judging Melody, and it's you who lack morals, and it's you who don't understand that is their mother. And you should be respectful to their mother. And if she want to open her legs to 2,700 men, she can. She's not married to you anymore, milk dud. Child. Whew. Whew. I cannot stand Motel Hotel. Do you hear me? And it don't have anything to do with that show. That's his personality. I could tell. Look what Marlene did to him. She done fucked him up. And he don't know how to be a man. Same thing with Offset. Now, moving right along. Speaking of men who aren't men, let's talk about Lil Boosie. And I'm just going to add a screen record to this because I don't know everything that the young lady said. But I mean, is her name Vivacious or Viviana? Oh, snap. I thought I forgot her name. But his daughter, Viviana. I'm going to say Viviana. And you'll hear her name in her video. When it comes to morals and her being homosexual, why in the world is it so important to your homophobic ass to bring her into the conversation? She says that she has asked you several times not to use her as your example. Slobber mouth, garbage pail mouth. You look like a garbage pail kid. If you know, you know. You got slime and butter all over your mouth and teeth. You have let your children lay up with grown ass women to make them not be gay. But it's okay if they're hypersexual. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's what happens when you allow little boys to sleep with women early. Yeah. And then they run around being little terrorists throughout the world. And they unleashed on my daughters. Them kind of little boys. Mannish. Not the fast tail girls. Not the mannish tail boys. Like did his boys. That's what you gonna do to yours. But, it's the worst thing in the world for your daughter to be gay and be in a serious relationship with a woman. Cause, no. My morals won't let me bring no gay ass people in my house and let them spend the night. But, me and my slobber mouth can let prostitutes come stay. See, that's that hypocritical shit that I don't like about religion. They go pull out extract everything to judge gay people when they be fornicating all up and through. And I'm not sure, 100% sure, you ain't had your booty dug out. Lil Boosie, Lil Booty, Booty do. I ain't 100% sure. I think that's why you hate gay people so much. Because you had your little booty dug out. Or you did some digging. When I say that child almost had me crying when I saw that video on Facebook. I just was like, this has to be the worst human being that has ever settled feet on the earth out there in the entertainment industry besides Diddy and Clyde Davis and the rest of them. But to his child, I'm not saying you have to accept everything your children do that you don't believe in, but I'll say this, and like I told my children the other day, when I explained to them about homosexuality, yeah, my children know about homosexuality. They're 6 and 7. And transgender. Because like I said, my mother was open with us, and I'm going to be open with mine. When I explain to them, I want you to be respectful to all people, regardless as to what their sexuality is. If you do that, then you are a decent ass parent. But if you reject your children being fucking hypocrites because of what a book told you to do, then I have no respect for you. Now, like I said, you're not going to agree with everything they do. But if they're not harming anyone by being homosexual, and they are good, productive citizens, and they're not doing anything illegal, like smoking on camera, Boosie, drinking on camera, having underage children, sleep with prostitutes on camera, then how is that bothering you? What is that affecting your life? Because like I told my children, when I released you from my body, after 9 months, you became a damn individual. Yes, you are my child. Yes, you are my blood. Yes, you are my flesh. But you are no longer nourished by my umbilical cord. When the doctor cut it, he made you a different person than I am. And I know little Boosie won't see this video because my channel is small, but nobody needs to see this video more than Jabba Jaw. Okay? If you know, you know. And with that, I'm going to close. And like I said, at the end of this video, I will play the screen recording of that child crying out to her daddy to just leave her the fuck alone and just be a father, which he probably won't do. Anyway, then I'm going to close. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. But before I do, please subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces. Please come on in. Come on in. Everything is good over here. I hope you enjoyed this video like I enjoyed bringing it to you.
Because this ain't even my character. I don't really be getting on here and giving y'all what y'all want. But I feel like my daddy want me to give y'all what y'all want. And he want me to give him what he want as well. Okay, so he always speaking on my sexuality. The whole world know that. And it been about 2 years now that I'll be quiet. I keep quiet on the shit. I wouldn't say nothing. You know, I just go with the flow. I did everything in my power to understand that this is my father, regardless. Like, I'm gonna accept him and love him for who he is. So, I just seen he recently did an interview with Carisha, and he used the word contaminating. And putting my siblings in it with that. If you know me, this shit make me so mad. If you know me, I love and respect my siblings with everything in me. And they respect me and love me with everything in them. When you getting on their nerves, I'm who they call. My siblings, most of my siblings, teenagers. Teenagers you don't want to let grow up. But okay. Another thing. You keep speaking on me gay. You keep doing interviews and I don't say nothing, right? The first ever interview you did, you said you found out I was gay, that I like girls and I had a girlfriend from a picture that went viral. That was a lie. I let that slide. I never addressed it. You found out I was gay a year before that. The incident happened in Jamaica when I was a B-word. When you called me a B-word. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before and I forgave you, you wouldn't even understand. And no matter how you feel, at the end of the day, nigga, I'm your blood. I am your daughter. And me, I feel like I done been through the most with you. And every time I turn around, it's like you bashed me. It's like you bashed me. And it's like the whole world can go against you, but Ivy won't. Since I've been a little girl, I never would go against you. And I think I'm really fed up. And you get to talking about God. Like, I don't know my God. He talking about God and how I grew up. I know my God from Nita, from my mama. My mama sent me scriptures every morning. My mama put me in the church home. I don't recall not one time I'm ever getting up with you and you taking me to the Lord's house. I don't never recall it. I didn't learn that from you. I learned to hustle from you. I learned to not let nobody play with me from you, even if it's you. You get what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I never downplayed you. I never said you was a bad father, because you not. You gonna make sure your kids straight. You always gonna do that. But emotionally, mentally, you suck. You suck, bruh. And I know you suck with that because you rather go to the internet and have a conversation with the internet about your kids before you come to us and have that conversation. He done did about 6-7 interviews about me being gay, right? He never not have one sit down with me, myself, just him and Aviana, and ask me why you became that way, Fat. What triggered you? It never been that. Every question y'all asking him, and he giving y'all them answers. If I go ask him that, he wouldn't give me an answer. You know what I'm saying? He don't. The things that he do, bruh, I would have never thought he would do. And it's like, I came to the point to where yesterday, it just really did it to me. Because I'm like, bruh, I would always not say something because I would feel like I'm not finna get on here and disrespect my pops. I'm not finna get on here and go against the grain and go against my daddy. Nobody finna make me do that. But it's like, you making me do that. They not even making me do that. You making me do that, nigga, because you steady speaking on me. You steady, like, I would respect if you just say, just one time, just say, my daughter know how I feel about that. Can we move on to the next question? I can never get that from you. If y'all go look at my interviews, y'all will see. Anytime they try to make it like my daddy don't fuck with me or he this and that, I say he love me regardless. This my pops. I ain't going against him. Y'all ain't gonna turn me against him. I always stood on it. And it's like, I feel like you just don't be caring. You just don't care about my feelings no more. You just don't care about my heart. Because you entitled to feel how you feel. You entitled to your own opinion. Everybody is.